Welcome back to another Vlogoween. Today I have a special guest, my little sister. I thought we were calling you little sister because normally Janelle would call little sister.
Yeah,
my sister. She is younger than me. I know a lot of you guys always ask, but she is younger than me.
Anyways,
we are 6 years apart. She's still a baby, kind of.
not really.
I like to think you're a baby because that makes me younger, you know? Oh, it does feel hot in here.
You mean it makes you feel younger?
What did I say?
It makes you younger.
No, whatever. I'm still young, okay?
Kidding, I'm kidding.
But anyway, so today we have a scary story time for you guys. We're going to talk about my sister's childhood friend.
Oh my god.
So our whole family's
pretty much haunted.
I was gonna say crazy. But our whole family has experienced certain things, and she's the one that has actually seen Blackie.
That's what we call him because he was just like a black shadow.
Yes. So this started back in our house in the valley, and we were in that house for, I believe, like 13 years.
Yeah.
Since I was like 7th grade.
I was 5, I was in kindergarten.
Yeah. But let's get started. Let's let her spill the tea on who the hell is
Blackie. Okay, so we're having like a movie night with our cousin Judy. So yes, we have another cousin named Judy. This is Judith.
I'm Judith, and
then she's Judy. So she had slept over at our house, and we were just watching like movies. I don't remember what movie we were watching, but we were watching something. And that night,
it was not a scary movie.
It was not a scary movie. That night, my little sister is like baby. I remember it just started crying, and we were just like, what the fuck, like, what's going on, you know? And I was like little as fuck, so I was already like, what the, like, what's going on, oh my god. And then got creeped out, and we took out the batteries out of the baby. And that little bit, so like a few minutes later, that baby just started crying again. And we had already took out the battery, so we were just like, what is going on? We were like creeped out. We're like, you know what, let's fucking go to sleep already.
And I think we're the only ones up, and we're the only ones in the living room.
Yeah.
And we had a huge living room, and for some reason our living room was always spooky. And that's before we had remodeled it, so the house looked creepy.
It did.
Dark, and just, I don't know, it always felt like creepy in
it
there.
always felt like someone was watching us.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt living in that
And
house.
this house actually came down from my aunt. My aunt and my uncle lived there with some of with her kids, our cousins. And when they decided to move to Texas, so when they moved, my parents bought it off from them. So we had already history with that house. Yes. So when we moved there, it was like, whoa, we're actually living here.
Well,
like,
you experienced stuff when they were living there, you know?
I didn't know.
I was still young, so
but we would hear all the time about like Evelyn, how she saw something once, and Jimmy would see something. Like, there was always stories of something happening in that house.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So let's get to where I first saw Blackie. So at the time we had bunk beds, so it was I think you had let Judy sleep on top because I was down, so you were sleeping next to me.
And this was the same night that the
whole thing was happening, the baby and everything. And I just like woke up in the middle of the night, like I don't know why, I just woke up. There is a window like right next to our bed, and I just see this man figure there, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was tripping. I was like, sis, like, wake up, there's someone at the window. You're like, what? Like, toda dormida. There could have been someone probably breaking into our home. So I would like open the fucking curtain, and then like there would be nothing there, and then I would close it, and then like the figure would be there again. And it was a full-on man figure, okay, you guys? Like, it was no, like, there was no trees for it to shape it like a man or nothing. Like, it was a full-on man figure, and I would open it, close it, open. I was tripping. Like, I was just like, oh my god, like, there's like something is watching me, and like
Can you not shake?
Sorry.
Like I'm like, is there a freaking earthquake right now? I'm ready to run out.
You know me, I shake all the time.
Estoy traumada, okay, from the earthquake. But there was no way that it could have been like a shadow of anything, because our room was towards the front of the house, and it was we had a porch, and it's where like all the cars were parked, but there was no trees there at all. It was gated. Like there was no way it could have just, you know, like we would have heard the gate open. That gate was old and you could hear it.
Oh yeah,
from a mile away.
Seriously, like that gate was really old.
Yeah.
And then
you mentioned that you woke up Judy.
No, I woke you up.
No, you woke up Judy, and Judy said that she saw it with you.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Yes, you had woken up Judy.
Yeah, because I think that's when Judy started telling us that she's seen it before too at her house. Apparently Blackie has like jumped from houses to houses with our family. Yeah, because apparently well, that's another story. We're not gonna get into that. But
wait, what story?
Like how like they've seen it at my madrina's house.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of shit that happens in their house. They've had that house for like forever, also. So
before I was even born,
there's a lot of history in all these old houses. Things that would happen when we're growing up and stuff.
But like my mom was like always saying like, oh, it could be this person, like. And I was like, but I didn't like know them, so why would they come like haunting me?
Beto?
Him, mi tío Miguel.
Oh. Mi tío Ale.
My tío Fidel.
Fidel.
Yeah, like my mom was always saying that I could have been like one of them, and I was just like, I didn't know them though, so like, how was it that they were gonna come and like haunt me? Like, wouldn't it be a better way to haunt her or something, or Freddie? Or like,
I was a baby when all this happened. We actually had two uncles that had tragic deaths, and this was when I was a baby. I don't ever remember meeting them. I know the story to them, but I don't want to get into that because it's just
a longer story, and it's not our business to get out there. So
it was two tragic deaths. So it's always like. We had another uncle too. Their house was like down the block, like a block away, and they would actually say, which I was gonna bring this up in my last video, but I completely forgot. They would say it was my uncle that would go knock every single year on. I think it was on his birthday and on his death anniversary. At first they'd be like, "What the hell? Who's there?" And they wouldn't see anything, but then later on they're like, "Oh." They were already like, so I was like, okay. But that's a little history. Like there's like
stories.
There's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
But back to Blackie.
That morning, that's when I told my parents what happened. And they're like, why didn't you tell us anything? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I just didn't want to see it anymore. Like I was just in shock, I think. I was in shock when that happened. So that's when they told us that they've seen a black figure as well. Remember, that's when Blanca and Luis lived in the garage.
But I think this happened after.
Was it? I thought.
Yeah, I think you were the first one that started seeing him, and then from there,
that's
Freddie saw him.
You were the only one that did not see him.
Thank God.
He didn't do anything though. He was just a little creepy ass. It would just.
I don't care. Like. No, I already have enough of my shit. I don't need something else added. But yeah, I think you saw him first, and then from there,
my parents.
Yeah, there was a time that they were just chilling in the living room, and
I had took over their bed. They said I'm a crazy sleeper, so I sleep like this.
Yeah, she like swings her hands and her feet.
So they slept in the living room that night.
But I think at the time they were like watching TV or something. And we used to always have the door open. We would just have the screen door closed, and that they said that they saw a black shadow with a hat like looking into the house, but he was standing outside the gate. And then that they were like, what the hell? So that they got up and they went to go check, and there was no one there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even describe him. He was like tall. He had like a sombrero. He had his little botas, everything. So he looked like a full-on like, you know, Mexican like figure.
You saw botas? Like
dead ass, like botas, a figure, his fucking sombrero, everything, like, and he had a coat on too. So I don't know if it was actually like those botas, but like they were botas. But he had like a long coat, like, and everything. And I was just like, yeah. So after that, I would see him constantly. So there was this one morning that I was waiting for my little sister to get out of the shower, because I was still in high school at the time. And then I was just like chilling right there and like in the couch, because my mom had woke me up, because like I said, I'm not a morning person, so like my alarm, I would not hear it. And that's when I saw him again, and I was just like, I am not up for your shit today. I am not. So I yelled at him. I was like, leave me the fuck alone, like I'm fucking tired of seeing you. And then from there, like he didn't bother me as much as he like did, because I would see him all the time. I would see him in my window, like and that's when I got her room, because that's when you moved into the garage. So I got your room, and a veces like I would leave my door open, because it would be during like the hot summer days. I would leave my door open, so you know, it could feel the freshness of like, you know, the night and shit. And I would like just see him right there. And honestly, you guys, ever since like that house, like I don't like sleeping with my door open. I don't like sleeping with my closet open. Like I make sure everything is closed, my curtains, everything. Like even like my room, like I make sure it's locked. Like I do not like leaving that shit unlocked, because I just don't. I hate it. I don't feel safe. Like I hate it.
Yeah.
So
same. Even when like Alex sleeps over, I'm like, did you lock the door? And he's like, nothing's gonna happen. And I'm like, did you lock the door? Boy? And I'm like, can you close the closet?
Yeah, like I hate it. Like especially because right now in my room tengo mi muñeca for my 15. So I have that homegirl, like I have the homegirl fucking facing the wall, because I'm like, yo, you are not about to come at me, bro. Because it's like those muñecas that they say that the devil's like inside and shit. So I was like, well, my grandma would always say that.
Yeah, I talked about that in my house.
Yeah, so I was like, hell no, you are not about to come at me, bro, because fuck that shit. But in these, like, in the previous house that we moved into here, our first house in Bakersfield, I never saw anything. And then our house now, like,
Janelle did, though. And
Janelle
that'll be another
did.
story. I'm gonna have her come in also.
See, yeah, that's another story for my little sister, because my little sister is the one that's experiencing all this shit.
It probably like moves on like to the younger, you know.
But she's not seeing
To the
Blackie.
younger, maybe like he was like, okay, well I got tired of her, and now this new spirit's like, let me go bug her. She's the young one. Vivian saw her too. And,
Yeah, that's
okay, but we'll talk about that that'll be another story time.
That's not our story to tell.
I did want to add though that I never saw Blackie, but he would fuck with us.
Oh,
He would fuck with us all the time, and things would go like missing, and then we'll just find it in the same place that we had already looked at. Like this one time,
oh my god, your bag.
my bag, oh my god. So I used to live in the garage, right? And I would always go inside the house, chill for a little bit before I went back to my place. Like when I would get home from work, I would go hang out with my family for a bit. And then so I would normally like straight from work just go in there, and then I had left my bag there, and I needed my key so I could go in the garage, because the garage was not attached to the house. There was no way for you to come in and out. You have to go through the side door. And oh my god,
that bag was big. Okay,
it was a big.
It was a big bag. So it's not a bag that we could have missed.
Yeah, it's like those school bags, you know, that like you could put books in it. It's like those what are they called?
Like the laptop bags or something like that.
Yeah, but they're like the side, the shoulder bags. Shoulder bags. There you go.
know.
So it was one of those, and I was going crazy looking for it. I was like, fuck, did I misplace it? I went to go look at my car. Maybe I didn't bring it down. I had my whole family looking for this shit.
We turned that house upside
Yes, my
down.
parents, my siblings, my cousin Junior used to live with us. Like everyone was looking for my bag.
Yep.
And we looked everywhere, like on the couch, like in the kitchen. We legit looked everywhere. And then out of nowhere, okay, we're all in the living room. Out of nowhere, my brother's like, Look, he just picked it up from the couch. Like legit, my bag was huge.
Like how the hell
I love that bag. Rest in peace. It was so worn out, I had to throw it away. But the crazy thing about this time was that I had my whole family looking for this.
Yeah.
And like it was nowhere, and then it just popped up out of nowhere. Like that was crazy.
Junior would wake up with like scratches.
Yeah, my cousin would actually wake up with.
And it was in the room that I fucking went from room to room to room in that damn house. Okay, you guys. So then it was in the room that it ended up being my room last before we moved. But he used to stay in that room, and I swear, you guys, like my cousin would wake up with scratches on his back, and like well, I don't know. He said that he would not bring a girl home, but who knows?
We'd always joke with him like, "Damn, you had a girl over last night?"
And like, he would be like, "No," and then he'd be like, "Why?" And then we'd be like, "Dude, you have scratches on your back." Like,
because he would walk around without a shirt, just like with his shorts or pants and stuff. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. My brother had actually said when Vivian was just born, she was a baby, like couple months old, he had her crib in his room, and his room was the one that was like separate from everyone. He was actually back to back from me to the garage, but inside the house, like he was the only one on that side, and he would sleep with his door open. And he said that he saw the shadow, like it was like looking over Vivian or something like that. It was like
next
on the doorway.
To her crib.
Yeah, like because her crib was literally at the entrance, and that he just saw him staring, and my brother got up and he was like, "What the fuck?" And he cussed him out, like, because he was like, "You're not gonna get my fucking daughter."
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
"Get the fuck away from my daughter." Like he said he cussed him out, and then that was the only time that
he's ever seen him. But the trippy thing was this lady, I don't know who it was, but that this lady just told my mom. Well, she asked her, she's like, "Does your daughter see things?"
It was like I think they're called a curandera or something like that. My mom at this one was like, "What's going on in my house?" You know, like there's something like taking over like my family. So
apparently my mom did not at all mention about me seeing Blackie, but then that the lady just like threw it out there. Like she asked her, she was like, "Does your daughter see things?" And like my mom apparently was like startled. She was like, "What? Like what the fuck?" Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, well, I just want to let you know that this spirit is not a bad spirit, nor is it a good spirit. It's like he's there just to he's there to just F with her emotions, like when she's feeling happy or sad or something, like he's gonna be there." He's like, "And he may be like effing with you guys and like misplace your guys' things."
Yeah, she said to him it was more like a
game,
just playing games with us. Like he would enjoy fucking with us because we'd be like, "What? I know I left this right here. Like why isn't it here?" So she did tell her that he was just someone that was messing with us, but to not fear him. It was not a bad spirit, but he wasn't like a good spirit either. So I don't know.
Clearly not a good spirit if he was deciding to F with her shit.
He was just, I don't know, maybe it was one of my uncles and they were just, you know, let me have some fun.
So, but I feel like even now, like I don't see Blackie, but I feel like
he's still there.
He's still there.
There's times we do just feel like a presence there. And it's always been more like when I'm at home with my parents and like when it's all of us. I don't know why. I feel like it's something that follows us. Like
I just feel like there's always something watching us.
Yeah.
Literally.
But anyways, that's it for tonight's story time. By the way, my sister has her own channel, go show her some love. I'll go ahead and post her info down here below. What else?
We have another story, but it's gonna be on another video.
Yeah, we have another story coming up on another video, on a future video, because I have to get everyone organized and see who I'm gonna bring next. But we'll have another one for you guys together, and then this one's actually in Mexico. Just saying.
Oh, that one.
Oh wait, there's another one. Okay, well we might have a couple for you guys then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this this story time. I can't wait for the future ones. So we'll see you on the next one. Love you guys.
Bloopers. Bloop. So what are you gonna do?
Gotta be scared. I'm gonna look at I look ugly, Dina?
I don't know.
You were looking at me.
I was
This one looks really scary.